Hey, can I be honest with you? You scared me a bit today. I was not expecting you to do what you did. I think shocked would be the best way to put it. It just seemed very sudden for how much we've been through. I believe you, and I'm not going to question your judgment. You're too smart to make bad decisions, and you're also not the kind of person to make a decision like this without thinking it through first. Do you want to talk about this a little more? I really don't blame you. It's definitely the way you feel about this job. There's nothing you can do differently. It's not your fault. You're not a quitter. And I've known that from the beginning. You don't give up things without a fight. It's okay. It's okay. Believe me, you're not alone in wanting to say goodbye to this place. Yeah, never quitting is such a cliche. I mean, normally I discourage quitting. It's best to stick it out, work hard. But this whole never quit idea doesn't always work. Sometimes things are holding us back, and it's a good thing to let go. Sometimes we just need to quit and start fresh. And that's okay. I guess the way I see it, when I think about quitting, I look back to why I started. What piqued my interest about this? What am I working for? What got me to start this out? And sometimes you don't see it being worth it anymore. And other times, you know it still is, or you're not sure about whether it's worth it or not. For those last two categories is when you should try sticking it out and doing everything you can. But I can tell that you know deep down that the end goal of this is not what you're looking for. So I support you getting out while you still can. That way you can focus on something that's better for you, something that you really are passionate about doing. Sometimes It's okay to quit. I know it's stressful now, but you've made your decision. Even though I may not have exited the way you have, I've seen what this job has done to you. You came in here excited and ready to make things happen. You remember that. But that twinkle in your eyes that you started here with is gone now. It's going to be tough to go on without you here. I mean, we really are going to miss you. But as tough as that's going to be, I'm also going to feel better knowing that you're happy, even if it's not here with me. Trust me, I'd rather have you being happy somewhere else than see you every day here being upset. I'd rather know that you're smiling somewhere else than seeing you empty and miserable here. I need to know that you'll be happy. It's been tough on me because here's the thing. I can handle I can handle knowing that I'm unhappy here. I can handle that. But what I can't handle is knowing that you're miserable here. It's honestly been killing me to know that you're unhappy here too. Well, who knows? I've I've been looking for other opportunities, but it's going to be tough to make it out of here. You think I should? Yeah. Wow. I I don't think anyone's ever actually told me that. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. It's one of the nicest things I've ever heard. You you have a point. I guess we I guess we owe it to ourselves to do what's right for us too. Sometimes even if other people don't get it, sometimes the closest people to us don't get it. But either way, I see why you're leaving. And I'm glad that you're putting yourself first. You deserve it. Well, yeah, of course, your happiness matters to me. You matter a lot to me. I feel like you've always known that, but you didn't. Well, I've tried to shut these feelings down, and I've found my little ways to work around it, being your boss. But it hasn't been easy. And I'm betting you could tell that. Yeah, fair point. I guess I'm not your boss anymore. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've always seen you as more than my coworker. In fact, the first time I met you, I was thinking, oh, I'm not sure I'm going to be able to focus and get enough work done with you. Yeah, exactly. You're not the coworker that I would only want to talk about work with. But we actually tend to work together well. I guess both of our jobs are too important to be overshadowed by anything else. I mean, even if we wanted to, these are all stress us out enough that we'd always be brought back, you know? Well, okay, I've never said I don't lose focus. Now I'm curious. What were your first impressions of me? Now that I've kind of told you mine. Yeah, yeah, I need a haircut. Wow, aren't you sweet? Well, I'm I'm just glad to hear that I'm not the reason you're quitting. I mean, I've always thought that, but I, on the other hand, am now thinking of quitting because you have. Not that not that I've never considered it before, and it's not the only reason or the first, but it's it's kind of that push that's making me consider leaving. It's going to be tough without you here. Well, it's definitely not going to be the same without you. Plus, you you make some good points. I mean, life is too short to work somewhere where we're not happy. And we're always going to have to make a living, and there's going to be other priorities in our lives besides, how we feel. But sometimes sometimes we have to put ourselves first, and I don't think our people like us remember that enough, cuz the days will come where that is the most important thing. Once in a while, I suppose. You're certainly right about that. It's about time that we both do that. You know, guess live in the moment the best we can. And it's not going to look the same for both of us. I mean, it wouldn't for anyone. But what am I going to do first? start living life to the fullest? I could definitely amp up my applying to different jobs. That seems like an obvious one. All right, who am I kidding? There's something a little more important on my mind for me to figure out first, and honestly, better to work on. Given that you're the reason that I want to start living life to the fullest and giving it my all, it's only fair that the first thing I do is something involving you when it comes to looking for something new. I didn't mean I didn't mean for that to sound like a poem. It rhymes and everything too. But I do want to do something fun with you. Why don't we start with drinks tonight? And that's my treat. It's going to be the first time we're really seeing each other outside of work or like a work related function. Yeah. Yeah, I got work tomorrow too. You don't, at least for a little while. Look, you've reminded me that I spent long enough worrying about tomorrow. Why don't we just enjoy today?